Believe it or not, your dream customers are searching for your business online. They're looking for the services that you offer. But here's the thing, they're not finding you. In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what you should be doing so that way your dream customers can come and say, hey, I want to do business with your MSP and nobody else's. That's what you're learning in today's video. How are you doing? My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We got the drip today, but if you'd like to learn more about the business Growth Generators, check out our website at growth-generators.com. We have a ton of stuff. You could check out our programs, MSP Heroes, the Launchpad, but if you're looking for some free resources to help you build your MSP, come hang out with us in the Discord. It is a thriving community of 1,400 plus people. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to learn more, you want some other resources, growth-generators.com/resources. But the Discord is thriving and we would love for you to be a part of it. There's no payment required. There's no credit card required. Come in, hang out, contribute to the community, and I pop in there every once in a while and answer some questions as well. So let's talk about how your dream customer is actually finding you, because a lot of people, believe it or not, are on this idea that it's not true. It doesn't work. It's not real. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Actually, you probably in this video have looked for something saying like, how do people find my MSP? Or how do I get found online for my MSP business? And this video actually showed up. And here's the thing. Most MSPs rely on word of mouth. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's definitely not repeatable. It's not guaranteed. And you really don't know when the next lead is going to be coming in the door. They're great leads. Don't get me wrong. But they're not repeatable. You're not going to wake up tomorrow or next week and there's going to be a lead in your inbox. It's just not going to happen. So this is important because someone doesn't know that you exist and we want to get found. So I have a bunch of tools. I have a bunch of different things that I want to show you that you can use, some free, some slightly paid or free versions of it. And I want you to learn and understand the concepts of today's video because they are Googling. They're looking for you. But the problem is you're not showing up for what they're actually searching. And that is the premise of this. And don't get me wrong, you're not alone. There's plenty of MSPs. It's a pandemic or epidemic running around and just it's hurting you. And I need to help you figure this out. So let's jump into my computer here. And I want to talk a little bit about this, right? I want to make sure that your business shows up and that you're considered. Now, one of my favorite things to do is, without even getting kind of crazy, is actually using ChatGPT. Now, I've entered in that this is a temporary chat, but the thing I would do is, if you know who your dream customer is, if you've gone through the buyer persona and you've filled that out and said, this is my dream customer, fantastic. We can load that right into ChatGPT. If you don't do that yet or you haven't done that yet, go grab it. I will leave a link down below for the buyer persona. But the reason this is important is because we want to tell ChatGPT who we're doing business with. In this case, hey Chat, I am an MSP in Charlotte that helps, I don't know, let's say financial advisors in and around the area. Specifically, RIAs. Now, that's a registered independent advisor. I happen to know the term. One of my good friends is in the space here. But I basically want to tell ChatGPT, I am an MSP in the area and I want to target those specific things. Now, I would need to figure out, now I've told it who I am and what I want to target. Now I need to figure out what they're searching for. Can you do me a favor and give me, I don't know, let's say just say 10 ideas of things to create on my website, such as blogs and pages. This is what I want. And the reason I say this is because we want a couple different things to happen. We want to understand what people are actually thinking. Now, in some cases, it's very hard for you to take yourself and put yourself in somebody else's seat. I totally get that. But we need to figure out what those people are searching so that way we can either create blog posts, videos, pages on our website. So that way Google goes, oh, your target customer is searching for you. And then they match them together. That's the coolest and most important part about all of this, is going through and being able to say, hey, I know what that is. So I'm going to just say blogs and pages for now, and I could say videos and all of that good stuff as well. But since you're an MSP in Charlotte that focuses on RIAs, registered independent advisor, or investment advisors, the key is to position your website as the resource and hub for them. This is perfect. Blog post topic ideas. A top 5 cybersecurity threats RIAs in Charlotte need to watch out for. How RIAs can stay compliant with SEC and FINRA cybersecurity guidelines. And it's giving me a list, pages and resources, RIA IT security checklist, Charlotte RIA compliance and IT resources hub, right? And it's giving me all of this information. This is what people are searching for. Now you're probably thinking, well, Harrison, nobody's typing in the top 5 cybersecurity threats for RIAs in Charlotte. You're 100% right. However, you're going to write, let's say that blog post, right? You write that blog post and you say top 5 security threats. Guess what you're going to say? You're going to say the words RIA, or registered investment advisor. You're going to say the words managed service, IT, cybersecurity, computer help, computer support in that blog post. It shouldn't be 10 words. It should be 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, as many as you need to provide the most amount of value to your reader. That's where it happens. And then Google looks at it and goes, that's pretty important. That's good information for us to know. Now it says, hey, this MSP specifically works for, boom, those types of customers. And that's really where the magic actually happens. So this is just the first thing. Now, if you're like, Harrison, I want a little bit more, you can go to Ubersuggest. It's a free tool, and you could go enter in a keyword or a bulk analysis. I'm not going to do that right now, but there's plenty of keyword research. And if you want keyword ideas or keyword lists, it'll even give you that as well, right? Create your first list, and you can go through that. Honestly, one of my favorite tools is still ChatGPT. And if you want to get even more specific, enter a topic, brand, or product. Let's say managed services for RIAs, right? Something a little bit complex, but nothing out of this world. And you could type it in there and boom, it's going to give you a bit of information, right? Or tech support for RIAs, right? Maybe we'll do that. Tech support for RIAs. Now, RIAs might not be the most commonly searched term, and that's okay too, right? But we could see people also ask for, right, what is the meaning of RIA service? How does it work? You can write these blocks. There's nobody saying you can't. Can RIAs manage retirement accounts? What exactly is managed services, right? It's going to give you a ton of different ideas. Are these the best ideas in the world? It's a starting point. It's getting you in the motion of making content on your website. It'll take some time. I'm doing this for the video and I didn't pre-script this. So you have to take it and work it. What do you think realistically somebody would be searching to find you and your business? That's the most important thing. Next, we want to talk about optimizing the website basics. So back to the computer here, and let's look at a couple different things as far as optimizing the website. Now, I'm going to use my website as a prime example of this, right? We want to think about how can we optimize this website. Now, there's a bunch of different SEO tools in here. You can use a site audit, which is completely free to a large degree on this, but you can go grab the site audit, type in your website, and it'll crawl your website. What this is going to do is it's going to give you a list of everything that's right and everything that's wrong with your website and the level of importance with it. So if you're anything like me, you probably hate going through and saying, oh my God, what should I do next? It literally gives you that list. And I'm also going to tell you, and I'm going to give you the idea of, hey, you should hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. But truthfully, we have to go through, we have to scan that page. Now, my website's going to take a long time. I have hundreds of pages on my website from blog posts and all of that. But we also want to modify some important things. When you're building your website, there's 2 main aspects that it's going to ask for. The title of the page. So your homepage is still the title of your page. So you want something like your MSP with one of those straight up and down bars, space with whatever it might be. So in this case, let's just go with something simple, Charlotte, right? And then the last aspect of that is the services that you provide, or swap them around. Sometimes people's names are the kind of the services they provide, like your financial advisor, tech support, or whatever it is. It should be either the title of the homepage or what you do. It should be where you do it, and then following that, the location or what you do. Typically, you want what you do in the beginning. Once again, sometimes people's names are what they actually do. It's important because that basically tells Google, this is who I am. I have yelled at Google. I put so much content on our website that Google knows, hey, we are growth generators. And this is exactly what we do. We have literally hundreds of pages. We have actually, funny enough, I did the math on it the other day. We have 500,000 words on our website and growing. And before anyone says, that's so many words, how'd you do that? Me, a couple writers, some money, and a lot of time and energy. Truth be told. But this is going to go crawl the website and tell me exactly what I should do, what shouldn't I do to make it look like a big juicy steak, to have to Google, to make sure my dream customer can actually find me. When they say, hey, I need help, boom, I want to be there to be able to help them. I don't want them to have the opportunity to go find somebody else who might not perform as good of a service as we can provide to them. I'm doing them actually a disservice. When you put that mentality in your brain with all of this, the sky is the limit. But now that we can go through, we can see, hey, what are people actually searching, right? And we have to optimize the website. Now, once again, Ubersuggest is going to tell you everything that you need to do. It's going to give you a full list. It should look something like this, where it'll say the percentage or the number of keywords and all of that good stuff on there. But we also want to think about it a little bit more. We want to take it one step further. We talked about the keywords that you need to have and think about. We talked about making our website look good. The next step in that process, unfortunately, is to put the gloves on. In this case, I will use my white gloves, the white glove service we should be providing. And it's time to go get dirty. We have to go do the work. I know. Harrison just can't give you a magic pill for everything, and I'm sorry. But that's reality. We want to create content on our website that our dream customer can find. Now, those can be pages on your website, which are super helpful. Those can be blog posts on your website. If you want to take it even a step further, consider a YouTube channel or a podcast are fantastic alternatives. Yes, you can have ChatGPT write the blog, but Google knows what ChatGPT is going to write. You are the differentiator. The person watching this video is the difference between you and somebody else. You uniquely have experience that ChatGPT will never have, because guess what? It's not human yet. It's not human, okay? I say that kiddingly, right? But that's the goal. The more content that we can make and the more we can match it up with those specific searches, right, now allows us to say, hey, we can go through and we can actually be successful. And I'll prove it to you. I'm going to show you exactly what you can do here. So in this case, I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm going to go through. I'm going to take a similar chat. I'm going to take a similar prompt to this. And I'm going to say, hey, chat, I own this business. I own this business based on my home page, right? Give me 20 ideas for YouTube videos / blogs I could make to attract my dream customer. Now, I'm just going to go to my homepage, and this is important, right? I'm going to grab my whole homepage, and I'm just going to drop it in there. Boom. Now it's actually in there. In a second, ChatGPT is going to give me a bunch of information, right? The number one mistakes MSPs make when selling to small businesses. How to build a sales playbook, right? How to scale your MSP without burning out. MSP pricing strategies. And if you're a longtime subscriber of this channel, you'll start to see, oh, he's made some of these videos before. He's talked about some of these. Some of these I have never made before. And guess what? This video is now saved on the internet. Then I can come back, or I'm going to grab it after the video, and I'm going to use that. But I want to create this content because not only do I want to help MSPs, truthfully, but there's other people in the space too. There's vendors that are watching my videos or reading your blogs or reading your video or reading your videos, watching your videos. They might say, hey, they have some good information. And then they do what's called a link. They're going to link back to your website. Now, Google looks at that as a backlink. It's a link from somebody else's website off to your website. And you want to start to create content so other people can point links back to you. Now, you can get links from any website on the internet, but most common, Chambers of Commerce, BNI, LaTip, directories are super good. And then if you're working on people's stuff or they give you a testimonial or you give them a testimonial, you can actually get a link back to your stuff. This helps build credibility and trust inside of Google. The last thing I want to leave you with as far as this section of steps that you should be doing, on top of that, is use Google My Business. Now I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to jump into Google My Business, right? Google My Business. And you'll see here. Now, I have, in the years, I have ended up managing many accounts, but you can jump in. You could either sign in or start now. I'm going to hit sign in because I already manage a bunch of them. You're welcome to hit start now. And look, you'll see growth generators and verification required, right? Because I was testing some things out. But if I click on the check mark, I can go through and I want to fill this out completely. The name, the business categories, the descriptions, the open dates, all of that good stuff. It's really important for Google to know this. This helps build my credibility. So once again, my dream customer on the internet can find us and say, hey, that's the business I actually want to deal with, right? You could also see what your profile looks like. And while you're here, the most important thing, right? We have reviews, we have complete your profile. It just wants us to spend money on ads, add a chat, directions to your website, all this kind of crazy stuff. Or I don't really want directions. People don't have to go to my office. I'm actually in Charlotte, not Long Island, New York, but this is in Long Island, New York because that was my old office. And hey, I like being up there. So what's the last thing that we can do? We want to get as many Google reviews as possible. If my videos have helped you and you would like to help me, feel free to go on my website, or better yet, go on my Google My Business. I'll leave a link down below and feel free to say, hey, his videos helped me start my MSP. But you want to build out your Google My Business profile and you want to start asking as many people as you possibly can that you have helped. Doesn't have to be a monetary transition. It doesn't have to say, hey, for once I actually have cash on my desk here, right? You don't want it to say, hey, here's the money, right, for a review. You want to just say, hey, I want reviews, or hey, here's the money for services. If that person has helped you in one way or another, if you went to a bike shop and they're like, hey, man, no, you don't need us. Just do this, this, and this. They provided you with value and you absolutely can give them feedback on it. You were a customer, just not a paying customer. I know it sounds crazy, but it truly does work. And I promise you, you are watching this right now thinking, I could never do that. I guarantee you, it's impossible in the MSP world, from what I've seen, for you not to have helped a ton of people in the space. You absolutely can do that. Now, I've mentioned a bunch of different things. I've mentioned ChatGPT, Ubersuggest, Answer the Public. It's been a while since I've looked at this. Answer the Public, right? And Google My Business. I'm going to make it super easy. I'm going to leave all those links down in the video description, or if you're listening to the podcast version and you want to give me 5 stars, I appreciate that. But I'll leave all of that in the links down below so that way you can have the best chance at crushing your MSP. But take it and run with it. I've given you great direction and a lot of the basics that can make a massive impact in your MSP. And if you get nothing from this video, then a couple of the basics, I promise the bar for marketing in the MSP world is so incredibly low. You will immediately blow past a lot of your competitors. If you put the work in, it will absolutely come out. It is like going to the gym though. You're not going to get ripped tomorrow. It does take time. But between this channel, your hard work and perseverance, there's no reason you couldn't build an absolutely monster MSP, providing you with whatever you want in life, whether that's a larger house, financial stability or financial freedom, the nice car in your driveway, or whatever else. I appreciate the heck out of you. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next one.